A week ago, my mother died. I got the call. She had fallen and hit her head. So I'm experiencing a lot of pain and sadness right now. I have two choices on how I deal with my pain and sadness. The first choice is, I call it resistance. It's my word. And classic forms of resistance are alcohol, food, going numb. Not so classic forms of resistance that may surprise you that are explicitly taught are replacing my sadness with calm, letting it go, rationalizing it away. Conversely, the other choice I have is intimacy with my sadness, using it to connect to compassion for myself and express love for my mother. Switching to a different emotion, primary emotion, let's now talk about fear, or anxiety, which is what everybody's calling it these days, which is another name for fear. It's exactly the same thing. Why do we need to talk about fear? Because it's a big, hairy deal. We like to think that we're all about love, and we are, but we're also all about fear. Why? Because we have this oldest part of our brain, the amygdala. All data comes through this primary filter first, where it determines in a flash if there's a threat. It'll send a shot of discomfort called fear that's supposed to flow through our bodies like water through a hose, provide for us on-point, intuitive physical reaction, all in a moment without thought. It's a miracle. What do I mean by fear? Do I mean scared or afraid? It rarely manifests as scared or afraid. Just know when I talk fear, I mean any kind of sensation of discomfort in our bodies. It comes from three primary resources: everyday life, work, school, coming in contact with difficult people. In fact, everyday life fear is such a big deal that fear is with us from this every moment of every day. We don't even need to leave our house and it's there. It also comes from others. Trauma, abuse, using fear as a weapon. We all go through trauma, without exception, every single one of us. Some of us go through more of it, and it's worse than others. I know you know what I mean. Fear also comes from the choice to take risks. Now, this is our comfort zone, and in our comfort zone, we still experience fear, but if we're willing to feel more fear, we'll step out of our comfort zone where there exists, yes, fear. And this was my particular version of stepping out of my comfort zone that I'm known for. Other people can get married, have babies, start a new business, become activists. The one thing that I know about everybody in this room is that we all are willing to take risks where there involves, yes, more fear. As for what to do about it, similar to sadness, we have two choices. I had a client who was kidnapped 2 years ago by her ex-boyfriend, tortured, held hostage, and she was now having so many troubles. Her form of resistance is she was trying to understand her fear and understand what happened to her, which is the most classic form of resistance to feeling it that I see, because it puts us in our heads dealing with it intellectually. She was also trying to control her fear. We may as well be trying to control the universe. All we can do is kink the hose on fear. Next thing you know, it was recirculating round and round for her and showing up as an exaggerated version of itself in the form of an anxiety disorder. Also flooding into her mind, her thoughts, as insomnia. It can also build up and explode out the cracks in the form of a panic attack. She experienced PTSD in the form of anger, which is fear's fight version. If you have any kind of trouble in your life, the resistance in kinking the hose on fear either has something or everything to do with it. I'm helping her, though, shift from resistance to intimacy. And when you do this, it unkinks the hose, and these problems resolve and are prevented from happening again in the future. So this is teachable. On Thursday from 1 until 2, I'm going to facilitate you guys, if you can make it, on shifting from resistance to intimacy. I hope you come because our relationship with fear is the most important relationship of our lives, because it's the relationship that we have with ourself at our core, our own bodies, and the nature of life itself. So we want to make it the best relationship possible. I only see fear as a good thing, only as a good thing, so long as we know how to handle it. Thank you.